born in light,
raised in darkness.
Wildheart for eternity. Welcome everyone to Wildheart Session 4. Our brave adventurers has just walked through a dwarven cairn without any casualties. Which reminds me that before you left, on your way out, the dwarven rune for guard that was placed on the statues was actually glowing on your way out.
Because we triggered the one trap.
It's like we all look at the rogue and we're like, yeah, good job, man, good job.
I'm a scout, not a rogue.
You are Mr. Sneaky. That's what you do, yeah? And he is Mr. Money. I am Mr. Brawn. That's what I do.
You drink and whore.
That is perk of Mr. Brawn.
Mr. Moron. Hold on, I gotta close my door, otherwise kids are gonna be yelling and stuff.
Well, as I remember it, you went to camp outside.
There we go.
Yes, outside, not inside.
What's outside?
You were camping outside, not inside. Correct.
I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't see any reason to... Well, I don't know, hell. I guess it's a place to retreat to if we camp outside.
Yeah, I'd rather camp outside.
Stop being so superstitious. If you see any more
he does not want
druids-
to be from his wagon. He wants to be close to merchandise. I know how he works. Have to figure the boss out to get the good pay, yeah?
What, you're not going to get
Which is why you still make so little.
Hey, did not make little off of short man we sailed with earlier. Made quite a bit.
Okay, let's build fire sleep. Fire sleep.
Fire sleep. I think he is too sleepy. Being in the cavern, must have shook him up. Fire sleepy.
And he must use the sleep.
Do you have campfire with you, or are you taking it from the forest?
Do we have wood? Is that what you mean?
Well, wood that you are going to light up. Campfire, basically.
No, we take deadfall.
Alright.
Why would you carry around firewood? Come on, man.
Well,
I guess if worst comes to worst, we light the animal
wagon.
crap on fire.
We are not lighting wagon on fire.
Hey, go grab a pile of your, whatever the hell that thing is. Go grab a pile of his dung and throw it in the fire.
Yeah, it's good. I will burn Bane before I burn wagon.
hey.
I can respect that.
Was that the discussion that happened last time I caught on fire,
Anyway,
That was not fun.
Bane, why don't you set that up?
All right.
Alex, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go around our perimeter
All right.
I'm gonna set up some wires with bells.
Okay. Alarm traps.
Yep, and
Gotcha.
then I'm going to try and set up some snares for food too.
All right. Give me a
So one will be
survival.
craft traps and one will be survival.
Mhm.
Which do you want first?
Take the survival first.
20 on survival for setting snares for critters.
All right.
And then a natural 20 for the traps.
We find.
Good, waste it now, so that when we get ambushed, we might.
That's right. And then I'm going
Every
to,
single game.
and then I don't have to craft them. I just need to lay them. I've got 2 bear traps I'm going to lay in the more obvious path that I don't have a bell covering.
All right. But still hidden, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, the forest is fairly quiet as you tread around the outskirts of your camp, and you find very good places to hide your. It's very easy because it's a lot of thick moss and stuff that you can easily disguise your belts and such.
We still haven't seen very many animals, right?
No, I mean you know that there are animals around, but for starters, it is a very thick forest, so relying
And
on vision is very it's very poor. So the
you are
animals
very noisy.
that too. You do have a wagon that you are pushing through the forest. But yeah, you have seen smaller critters like a squirrel or a bird now and then, but you mostly hear them now and then.
Gotcha. Well, I am hungry and have not had meat in, what, hours. When will we have something, eh?
Really? I just set up the traps.
Is there food yet?
There are still trail rations, I am sure.
Bernard, are you fixing
Oh.
dinner or am I? We know what happened the last time we let Dre fix dinner.
Oh, well, I was going to count my money, but I suppose I could quit dinner.
It's such a dwarven response. I was going to
Have you
count my
made any
money.
more since we left?
I'm just making sure it's all there, you know.
Who would take it?
He doesn't say anything.
I don't know, that half troll.
Kind
That
of makes
troll
a
we saw in the cave. He seemed pretty
sidelong glance
shady.
at Bane. Yeah, the troll. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, trolls. Smelly trolls, you know. Half trolls, different story, but you know, trolls, you know.
He did look like a greedy pig.
Hey. Don't talk about my mother like that.
Oh, so sorry. So, what do you think our chances of getting back alive, let alone getting paid for this mission, are?
Depends who you're asking.
Depends who you're asking.
Well, I think, yeah. I think if we get back alive, our chances of getting paid are 100%. But it's the getting back alive part.
Ah.
Alright.
Cord on these headphones isn't long enough. Every time I move,
So you are making camp, fixing the dinner. The sun has already set by now, and it's getting a bit chilly.
Hey, since we're out here doing this stuff and everything, and I've got some time, I'm gonna pull out that vial that I got earlier. I didn't know it was just a perception check to try and identify it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try and do that. It's 15 plus the caster level. And I didn't even clear 15, so I guess it doesn't matter.
It tastes a bit sour.
Nothing adverse happens to him. Doesn't turn into a frog or anything.
You don't, when you're tasting it, you don't imbue enough to use the effect of the potion.
Right.
Small
Ben
sour.
looks at him. What's that? What do you have there?
Poison.
What are you doing then? Don't drink that.
Making sure it's still good.
That's a really smart way to do it, he says. First you make it, then you know it's poison, then you start taking some just to make sure it works. Yeah.
Hey, you don't eat it anyways. Stopper it up and put it back away.
He stirs whatever's being made a little bit just to keep it moving on.
Hey.
I thought it was going to be something good.
Let Bernard handle the cooking.
It's not my fault last time. Last time, not my fault. Okay? Bird flew in there himself. I did not see, did not know.
I had to get rid of my last pants because of you.
I thought it was okay.
Do you know how embarrassing it is to walk into the next town in a loincloth?
Yes, actually. Didn't find it particularly embarrassing myself, but...
No, of course you wouldn't.
Of course not.
Yes, and last time I had to buy him new pants that you ruined.
I cannot help. It is expenditures of business, must have uniforms, must have cost for those. Not my fault.
Mitigate those expenditures by not letting you cook.
What was our watch? Our watch was Bernard and then Dre and then myself.
I'm fine with that.
I believe so.
Isn't that how it worked? That way Bernard got the most solid sleep.
Yeah.
Alright. I set up little alarms around the perimeter, so don't go blundering off into the woods willy-nilly. I don't want to wake up to that and have to reset them in the dark.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't planning on going anywhere.
This means you go pee right now. Don't step in the bear trap.
What bear trap? What? I told you not to set those up. I don't like those things. They're too close to what my
Just
foot would fit
go
in.
pee alongside the stairway, okay?
What? I'm not peeing on a tomb.
I said pee
I'll
alongside
break
it,
into
not
the
on it.
tomb.
It's a stairway, it's not the tomb itself.
I'll be on the wagon wheel.
Do not.
Whatever. Yes, you mark it as territory.
Foul hog stench all over my wagon.
Oh, you will be asleep. Never know.
So I imagine the rest of the evening goes like this until it's time for beds.
Probably.
Probably.
Of course, Bane has to make sure that proper mitigation is going on with the funds and with making sure that the boss is handling everything right with those business expenses.
Copy, you're a great middle manager.
And
Pain in my wallet is what he is.
after a lot of bickering and bantering, the first watch begins. You can roll a perception for me.
Bernard.
I know, I'm looking. There is numbers.
Bernard.
Lord, if you say it like that.
14. No, 15.
Right. Throughout your watch, you hear, could have been a fox. Could have been a fox.
What did he say?
What is it?
What did he
God
say?
damn it! Beat me to it, you son of a bitch!
And the wind
I'm
starts
pretty sure
to...
foxes don't say that.
Oh, surely they do. The wind
Gilbus
starts to
could
pick up,
not be wrong.
and when you look up, the tree canopy is shifting, and from time to time, the midnight sky or the night sky is actually being exposed, and it is as if a rain of glittering silver just paints the sky, and then it's gone, and then it comes back again.
Spooky. So they got like an Aurora Borealis thing going on?
A very pretty starlit sky. And thus your watch is over.
Oh, my watch is ended.
Mm.
Alright, I'll go wake with Bernard. Not I'll go wake Joel.
Why are you waking me? Is it my turn already?
You were second.
No, I take morning watch. You know this. I always make breakfast.
Bane.
You hear over in the corner, "Wee, breakfast."
Bane. Bane.
No.
Get up or I'm gonna start kicking you.
I look at you bleary-eyed. I don't envy you.
He does not respond to your threats of kicks.
Alright, I'm gonna boot him.
He reaches out towards your foot.
Hunt the pigskin.
Ugh. Get up!
No, that's too rough. Soft, dear. Yeah. Just reaching over towards you, soft.
I'm gonna put my foot over his nose. It's kicking him as well, so I'll just suffocate him awake.
He goes, what? What?
It is time for your watch.
Oh, what a watch! He says, rolling out of the wagon. He gets out of the wagon and he's stretching out. Kind of waits until he thinks you're asleep, and just before you fall asleep, you hear a tinkle, 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 tinkle on the wagon wheel.
Oh, what do I have for spells? I got spells here somewhere. Lightning!
Lightning bolt!
Right up the wang. Ooh, that. Ooh.
It's like peeing on an electric fence. I gotta look up what the
Okie
variable
dokie.
is.
You can roll me a perception as you are
All right.
watching over the campsite.
18.
All right. The wind is picking up. It's pretty strong. The wind is forcing the trees into motion, and you too see the speckles of silver in the sky, and it's really breathtakingly beautiful. Uh, Especially since you are trapped in this more dank and dreary forest.
When he sees it, he'll look up with big wide eyes, be like, and as the breeze blows, as the wind blows and pushes those trees around, he'll take a deep breath of the wind and be, wow, that's cool. I will have to tell Asta what this.
And as you go back to your watching over the campsite duty, your eyes fall upon what you first imagined to be the moon. It is just this silver white glowing in the distance, but it is far too low to be the moon, and you realize that it is a creature.
It's sitting on top of the trees, or it's sitting in the sky, or
It is a very, very large creature, but it's standing on the ground, but you could only first see the head. And as you look at it for a longer time, you realize that it is a moose, a white moose.
Run, moose!
I look around to see that if the elk is still awake or not, and if he's seeing this moose too.
He has dozed off, but he's nearby.
So instead of waking everybody up, he'll go over the elk and kind of poke him.
And it wakes up and just looks at you.
Just kind of, is that a friend of yours, or should I get everybody up, or what is that? That's huge.
And as you point over there, you see no moose no longer.
He looks at. I swear it was there. I swear, it was there.
Elk already doesn't like you, and now you're waking him up in the middle of the night to waste his time.
And the elk
Hey,
just looks at you with tired eyes and just kind of nods slowly.
Oh, don't you patronize me! I go sit by the fire again, but I watch, but he'll watch that spot. You know, he's like, keep an eye on it.
And you hear some heavy hooves moving about in the distance.
Okay, Moose. I see how it is. You don't come close to me, I don't come close to you. We'll be good, but there are bear traps over there, and if you're caught in one, well, I can have moose steak if you're wounded. Maybe I can get you in, but...
Don't tell the old polymorph druid man that.
Hey, if he is a moose when I eat him, it is not cannibalism.
He's polymoosed.
Yeah.
So he'll keep an eye out for that moose just to make sure, because it's the biggest moose he ever saw. And he ain't never seen a white moose before.
Oh.
Moose.
Moose. You know, moose are like Pokemon. You know, they say their name.
Of course. You just have to listen very, very carefully.
Very carefully. You have to speak moose to know that. If somebody actually learned how to speak, learned an animal's language, and all the animal ended up saying was their name, how disappointing would that be? Bird, 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 bird.
And he knows your secret. He knows the secret of the Canadian secret.
Yeah, but like all it does is piss the moose off.
You go to the moose and say,
Moose! 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 You never get the tone right, and they always think you're making fun of them.
you just can't talk to moose. No, just can't. I don't get you.
It's like that small annoying child that, Mom, Mom, Mommy, Mommy, Mom,
Mom,
Mom.
Mom, Mom,
Shut up.
Mom.
Just can't talk
What
to
makes
you.
that what makes that so hilarious when they did that skit on Family Guy with Stewie doing that is all he says at the end is hi, and he runs off. It's so that's what kids do.
Sometimes.
Well, you don't see the moose, and you figure that your time is up.
All right. So the moose didn't get close enough to set off any of the alarms, but Bane looks in the wagon, and he kind of looks at Eodin, and he's like, He looks over at the dingling bells. He looks back and forth. Not this time, he says to himself. And he goes, Eodin, wake up.
What? Yes, yes. Yes, yeah. Is it time?
Yes, it's time. And I'm going to bed, he says, crawling up in there.
Is it quiet?
Oh, it's very quiet, very quiet. And as he's laying down and snuggling, and he says, just watch out for big white moose.
Big white moose. Moron.
You can make a perception check.
I'm actually sitting on the stairs higher up so that I can kind of cast a wider view.
All right.
22.
The wind is calming down a bit, but it does start to rain a little bit. And you do see, or think that you see, a white shadow in the darkness, just kind of floating by for just a second.
Start to pull back on my bowstring. And if I don't see it come any closer, I'll release tension.
You hear a twig snap Nothing after that.
So the weather's calmed down. All I've seen is this white apparition.
You think that you saw it? Could be a hallucination.
Maybe I shouldn't have tasted that bottle.
And the first rays of sunlight pierces the canopy, and the birds wake up and begins their singing.
Bird, bird, bird,
Bird.
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 Bird! For bird! Bird!
Alright, I start making breakfast, stoking the fire, that kind of deal.
I don't know. What about chickadees? They already say their name.
Chickadee-dee-dee. I love those things.
Whippoorwills say their name.
Yes, they do. I don't hear very many of those, though.
I hear 'em pretty well down here.
They're like
Once the-
extremely rare.
Once the smells of breakfast start to waft across his nostrils, Bane will kind of eye will kind of open up. Good morning. Oh, what is for breakfast? Yeah.
We appear to have oat porridge with maple syrup.
Oh, no white moose steak. Oh well. I guess he didn't get close enough last night.
I figure white moose is probably same color on inside as normal moose.
Well, that will be good. You know, if it is rare animal may taste better.
Where did you see him at?
Over there, he didn't get in your dinglings, but or your clampy traps.
Okay, I'll go take a look here.
You know what
He's
they're
already
called.
he's already eaten breakfast, and he goes and gathers up his bells and traps,
Mhm.
and then he goes out to where the moose was sighted and looks for tracks.
Bane calls behind him, "Don't step in your own traps."
Okeechobee. Oh, what are we doing today?
So I don't step in my dinglings or my clampy traps.
No. You do actually find that you have caught a hare in one of your traps.
You and my friend are going to be lunch. If it's not dead already, I snap its neck.
It was already dead.
There's plenty
Okay.
if you want more.
I want some more. What's happening?
You're gonna be jealous. That is strawberry shortcake.
No. Fine. Be that way.
Well, as you look around for tracks, you do not see any tracks at all.
But I hear Traxor.
You hear the echoing sound of sword, track, sword.
What kind of a bird is that?
No, we need to get the hell out of here.
Now, wait a minute. Now, if we say that animals only say their name, does that mean that Traxor was an animal all along and not a tiefling?
No, he's just a particularly stupid tiefling.
He might have evolved into a new breed of
Yeah, like Hyperior.
So wild Traxet is evolving. Evolve. Traxet evolved into Traxor.
Now he's bipedal. It's all very confusing. For him and for us.
So, since we're making Pokemon jokes and everything, warning to all you people playing Pokemon Go: don't walk into traffic and don't walk over cliffs. Okay?
I
Well,
just walked into a park doing just that.
There we go. We did our civic duty for the day.
Civic PSA finished.
That's right.
So you enjoy your breakfast. And
I don't see any signs of your moose out there.
I tell you, there was big white moose. Big
He's probably
white moose.
he's probably miles and miles away by now.
I checked the levels of Bernard's mead.
Bane looks at you scornfully. I did not drink anything last night, except for water. It would have made me have to pee, and I would have had to pee on the wagon wheel again.
Again.
What? You are hearing things. These forests make you crazy, Bernard. We need to get back you to civilization.
Well, the quicker we pack up and get moving, the better off we are. I have lunch.
Ooh! What we having? Rabbit stew?
That was what I was thinking. It's the only way
What
we
are
can
you-
have enough.
What are you eating?
The rabbit stew you're not getting. My wagon had better not smell like boar piss now.
Well, no, it won't smell like that. It'll smell like wereboar piss.
just 1/4 of it.
I think
Just
I will-
1/4 of the muskiness.
I don't know.
Well-
Does Bane eat a lot of asparagus? That could be just as bad.
Mm.
I think Bane eats a lot of
Bane-
whatever the hell he can get a hold of.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Most of my characters are pretty liberal in their ideas of what can be eaten and what can't be.
Am I faster than it? Yes? Then I eat it. Our other game, our ideas of edibles were really, really expanded too.
Hey man. It's not my. I wasn't the one who was like, hey, she should cook everything.
Hey, it's a megalodon. Let's eat it. Hey, it's a bear. Let's eat it.
Hey. His wife, his wife in the game made him pick up that habit,
Hey,
Eating-
I've got a crush on the dog man. Let's feed him the nastiest bits of everything we can find.
Yeah, and you ate it.
Because it'll make him strong.
You eat your enemies.
Unknowingly, most times.
Mhm.
She was making you stronger.
Yeah, I was surviving
worked some.
poison checks and disease checks all the time.
And that's
what
why
do you-
I'm immune now.
I think you should have given me immunity bonuses in that game.
Not yet. You didn't eat enough of her food.
For all the weird shit I've eaten.
Well, part of that weird stuff you've eaten is you guys' own doing. So I can only give you perks and bonuses for what she cooks. Because she's
Hey.
got a special class.
Megalodon is not a bad food.
Just shark.
A lot of shark.
Like, yeah. A couple
Like-
weeks too many shark.
Shark fin soup forever.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when I was in Florida, I had gator tail for the first time.
Ooh,
It's
gator's
alright.
delicious.
It just kind of tastes like salty chicken, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It's like
Depends on
chicken,
the-
but it has kind of a
It's like frog leg.
yeah. It has a
Yeah.
it has a from the swamp kind of taste, like frog stew or crawdads or things like that, stuff that comes out of the mud. But not in a bad way, so I'm not really explaining it quite right.
I don't know. I had some fried gator when I was down in Florida. It just tastes like salted chicken. Wet salted chicken.
Well, I had the fried version, so it was like fried chicken,
Yeah.
but not quite fried chicken.
I had it as jerky, so it was salty chicken.
It's
That's
a bit
good,
tough. The fried version was a bit tough for my particular palate tastes. It didn't taste bad.
I didn't find it tough.
So, I guess I usher these guys into packing everything up and we continue moving.
Alright.
Where do our adventures take us now?
Further lost in the woods. Huzzah!
Oh, good. That's just what I wanted. Further lost in the woods. That's the dream of every merchant.
Lost in the woods with no one to sell to. I still think you could have pushed that troll to buy something. No, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? If we come back to him someday, I will try.
Good, because could be good business opportunity if he knows other trolls in the area.
I still don't even know what you're going to do with those damn claws.
What? They are work. Hey, Bernard, tell him current market value of dragon. Yeah?
Like a lot. Like a whole bunch.
See, like a lot, like a whole bunch. How could we pass up like a lot, like a whole bunch?
You can't. You can't.
Who
pass up.
buys this kind of thing?
Collectors, crazy people who grind it up because they think it will give them the boners.
Wait,
See?
Dragon? No one has seen dragon in like 150 years. It's very, very rare, very powerful creature. People use it for boners.
what does a dragon have to do with a boulder?
I don't know. You ask them. I will. When next time I find crazy man, he cannot have the huts. I will ask him for you.
The what?
The huts.
You and your crazy dwarven lingo.
You know, the huts. Yeah.
Ah,
You know, you have the huts and you put it in for Schmetterling.
I don't know why anyone would want a dragon boner.
I'm pretty sure that's German for butterfly, so I don't even know why.
You can't get this butterfly?
No, Schmetterling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Directly translated into English, flying bug.
Well, It's drizzling, and the wind is blowing, so the rain is coming from an angle, which makes it hard to avoid. Which is really annoying.
Pull up my cloak further and lean into it and continue on.
Bane is like, oh, second bath in 1 week. Scrub, scrub, lift up his shirt, scrub.
All I
I'm
smell
gonna
is
catch
wet.
some in my hands and throw it on him.
All I smell is wet animal.
Maybe I have some shampoo or something.
You say wet animal and Bane just looks your way, huh?
Yes, you.
Maybe I have some like heavy shampoo that I use for washing elk. I can dump some on Bane when he is not looking. Some
No,
heavy
no,
liquid
I
soap.
don't like the smell of that stuff.
Well,
Smells like soap.
Well, I
don't
don't
need
like
to
the
smell
smell
like
of
smoke.
you. Smoke.
No, soap. I don't need to smell like soap. I need to
It
smell
doesn't-
like blood.
Do not worry, it does not smell like smoke.
You don't smell like blood, you smell like manure.
Well, have you been on a battlefield? I smell like a battlefield. I should smell like a battlefield.
I wish you smelled like a battlefield. You smell worse.
Bad battlefield, then.
You smell like dead body on battlefield.
But this
That's crap
not
itself.
lie. So I smell like death because I bring death on my enemies.
And
But I'm a
also,
nice guy once you get to know me.
may have crapped your pants.
No, I didn't. That was Eldon. He did that after the bird soup.
It's just Bane just giving everyone in the party bird flu.
Except himself, because he transformed and gone saved out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're traveling for a couple of hours. It's getting really difficult getting the wagon through the forest. But all of a sudden you hear heavy hooves, snapped branches that echoes in the darkness. A powerful guise comes out of the forest grip. It is a white moose. It is huge, and the form he carries is worthy of the greatest of kings. It stops and turns its huge head towards you. This is his forest. You feel that even Wildheart treat him with reverence and respect. With just a couple of big steps, he disappears into the woods and embracing the veil of silence. The white moose is gone as suddenly as it appeared.
Damn, I didn't even have time to get the shot off.
See? I told you. White moose. You look at me, I say white moose. Maybe now you trust me more when I'm on watch, yeah?
Probably not. That was very large.
I'm going to examine its prints, see how big they are.
They are definitely larger than a normal moose. And you believe that you could follow it.
Let us do that. That's the only thing other than stupid troll we have seen the entire time we are here.
Well, not the only thing. It's just only other things we saw were dead.
I'm betting that was at least 150 stone. Probably more.
Maybe he's leading us out. Maybe he likes us.
Which way was the moose going
in another direction than you were. So you would have to turn the wagon around.
Oh, okay, let's do the K-turn. We go the back and then forward and then back.
Wait, are we following a moose?
Yes.
Why?
I think both of us. I think both Bernard and Bane kind of look at each other when he asks if we're following the moose, and we kind of look back at you and we're like, yes, following the moose.
Why? Why would you follow a moose?
What else are we supposed to do?
Continue along the cardinal direction that I am tracking for us, so that we actually get to the edge of the woods.
Yeah, but like, look at that thing. Look at how shiny it was.
Bane is just like, but moose. Yeah.
It was huge. And probably magic.
If I eat the magic steaks, will I be magic?
Which of the three gods was the messenger? You're muted. Was it Yorn?
Yorn.
He doesn't have a moose as a messenger, right?
No. Not that you...
None of the other gods have a moose as a messenger?
Well, no. Solveig has the elk.
See, that wasn't elk, that was moose. You are confused. Solveig did not say that.
That moose was big cousin of elk. What was?
It is clearly horned messenger of Erasteel.
Now I think you've been in the mead.
No,
Fine. You
please.
guys want to follow stupid animal further into woods? We follow stupid animal into woods. When we die, I'm blaming you. I'm holding you responsible.
Oh, fine. You can hunt my ghost.
If we want to hold someone responsible for us dying, we're going to hold him responsible anyway.
I start tracking off after this freaking moose.
Alright. Roll a tracking check.
Bane's like, hey, wait, turning wagon! Oh.
Shut up. 26.
You can easily follow the tracks from this large creature, and they are very fresh too.
Damn hoof is like a trencher bread.
And I mean, yeah, we do not know how long we're going to be in the woods. We could need extra provisions. We cannot
That
live
make a
off
lot
rabbits
of
forever.
jerky.
You know, we eat rabbit forever. We turn into rabbit.
What, you looking to get moose boner now?
No, you don't use moose for that. That's ridiculous. Who would even think to do that? You're crazy.
Everyone knows that only dragons give boners.
Only dragons give bonus.
I mean, come on, have you seen how many half-dragons there are in stories?
You can't get the hoods from a moose.
There's no hoods moosers in stories.
He's muttering the entire way. What's moose buster?
You can make 2 more track checks.
Frack 'em.
13 and 26.
It goes pretty well. You do lose the tracks at one point, but quickly you pick them up once again. And after a couple of hours of relentless following of this creature,
He leads us to a swamp.
Yeah, to a pit. You fall down and die.
I told you, I'm hunting you now, forever.
It actually comes to a clearing, and you see a small crag that is located in an opening in the forest, and in the middle of the cliff is a small hut made of gnarled branches and skew wind-blown boards. On stands around the cot hang skins to dry, and a small fire is burning outside the hut opening. The moose, however, is nowhere to be seen.
You see, we follow moose, we find something.
Right here. I'm gonna cast about the area, not actually stepping into the clearing first. I want to see if there's any tracks from an occupant.
Alright.
We found a very bad carpenter.
21.
There has been a humanoid creature walking about here.
Bigger than, or smaller than, or equal to?
You would say somewhere average. Perhaps a bit smaller than average.
Hello, the house.
And there is no answer.
You have a fire going. We know you are here. We are just lost travelers.
And you see a little head poke out through the hut. And then pokes back in again.
Oh, did
Just
you see it?
merchants passing through. It is tenant merchandising. He elbows. You're like, hey, start the spiel.
Start the spiel. I'm not done. He's like, you think he can afford anything in my wagon living in a house like this? At least the other guy.
There was a troll.
In any case.
There was a troll with
money.
copper littered. Yes. Well, this is obviously not troll, eh? Maybe more worldly, maybe more wanting things. Yeah.
I hand them off my bow.
I don't know. I have my own bow.
Yes, I know. I'm coming
I
into
am
the
better
clearing.
with fists.
And the head pokes out again. And just looks at you while you approach.
Is it a human? Is it something else?
It looks like a very old dwarf.
Oh, finally, someone reasonable.
And he has a pipe, not lit yet, and he holds a very well-used dagger and a half-gutted fish in his other hand, as he just pokes out the entrance as you come up to him. And he looks.
I stop a comfortable distance away. You speak the tongue of man?
Of course.
Yeah, greetings. My companions and I have been lost in the woods for a bit.
Oh. And he looks like he just forgot something. And he goes back in and comes out without the fish and the knife. Oh.
Can my companions approach?
And he looks out.
Smiles and waves. Smiles and waves.
And he kind of raises one hand and just wave it slightly.
See, he's friendly.
We have goods for trade.
Yeah, lots of spices for that fish.
And you see that he places his hand on an axe in his belt. Yes. Yes. They can come.
Come on in.
Strut on up there. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
And it's a very simple hut. And apart from Bernard, it's not really a high ceiling.
Mhm.
So you would have to hunker down quite a bit to get through the door.
Can we all fit in that itty bitty place? Because it was pretty damn small looking.
You could probably fit maybe 3 people at max. But that would be very cramped.
AKA Bane has to stay outside again.
Yeah.
We might be more comfortable to sit and converse out here by the fire.
Yes.
Is it about lunchtime?
Yeah, it would be somewhere around lunch.
You mind if we use your fire to cook?
No, it's okay. You can do that.
And while we're talking, I go about skinning the rabbit, and putting it into a pot, and cooking it, and
Oh.
adding veggies and that kind of stuff, and making stew.
And he kind of points at the rabbit. Rabbit.
Yes, I'm trying to make enough here so that everybody can have some.
Oh. Well,
He's gotten pretty good at making things go far. I mean, we don't usually get to have a lot of stuff, so because our employer like this doesn't give us a lot of expenditure money, so we have to
Yes,
find
yes. He
anything.
only provides enough food and water and shelter for 3 people, but unfortunately, some of us sleep and eat and drink as much as 3 themselves.
That's right. So I mean, it's like he wants to keep us not affluent. I think is the word.
You could stand to go on a diet anyways. You're looking kind of chubby.
You know, a little
What?
bulky.
Really?
You're kind of looking porky.
Hey. He kind of goes down, jiggles his beer belly. I don't know about that. He turns away. Mm-hmm.
so what are you doing here?
Well, oddly enough, my companions wanted me to follow a moose.
You're following White Moose. Gone last night.
Yes, they wanted me to follow White Moose. I'm not normally in the habit of following wild animals unless I intend to hunt them. Folks, we just lost Kane.
What the fudge?
He's back. Can you hear us
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, I logged out. I pulled out my plug and then I didn't get sound back after it was done.
Alright.
Oh, that can happen when you pull the plug out.
I thought I was the only one that was supposed to do that kind of crap.
The cord is not very long.
Yeah. I might know the moose.
Oh, you
Noldy Moose? Glad we didn't take his friend.
I tamed him. Say,
Bane is obviously impressed. Really? He tamed that big old moose. Was he always white, or did you make him white? You know, like with lime or something?
no, he's always been white.
Oh, he's the only white moose I've ever seen.
He's
How
just
did you
a
get him
bunny.
so big?
I guess he eats a lot of the forest. I don't know. I don't feed him.
Kind of looks over at the elk and is like, "See, you could be big, intimidating elk, but you only eat hay. What is matter with you?"
He'll get bigger. He is still young.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, he's got competition now. He's seen the big white moose. He's got to compete.
And he walks over to the elk and just kind of reach out his hand and pats him. Oh, it's nice.
So, you wouldn't happen to know how to get out of this forest, would you?
Well, I've heard. I
You wouldn't
suppose.
happen to know where Fountain of Youth is, would you? Heard it was here.
Does he look like he's been to Fountain of Youth?
Maybe it is not Fountain of Youth, just Fountain of Life. Maybe he was that way when he started.
Shut up so we can listen to him.
I have not traveled that much throughout the forest. I kind of settled down when I realized that I can't leave, it seems. I know nothing of any fountain.
Oh, visibly dejected, Bane becomes.
So what have you heard about getting out of the forest?
Well, supposedly, you need to know certain things. Know some
Secrets?
secrets.
Yeah, supposedly there's 4 secrets.
4? Oh, I don't know. Might be more. I only know some.
Anything you can tell us to help us, we'd be grateful. We can share what we know if you are looking to get out yourself.
I would very much like to leave, but I'm afraid I'm just too old. But with your help, perhaps. Um, and you see that he kind of struggles. I would need you to promise me to, if you manage to find the way out, you come see me and help me.
Oh yeah, I can Madam Zeroni you, no problem.
Oh, well. Well, I know. Let's see. I, this is one of them. Um, what rune adorns the dwarven shield?
Freedom. This one we already know, we have seen it.
Have you seen it? What shield?
the shield of Rundvid
Rundvid
Coleman.
Coleman,
Hmm.
known as Rundkata Kaxable.
That rings a bell, I think. Well, the other one I know, did Grunfi die when he slew the dragon Aimtun?
No, he lived.
You know all this?
Yes, we have been in the woods for a bit.
I have been here for close to maybe 50 years? Yeah. It is a bit hard to say when it's been so very long, and the sun is not really trustworthy enough to count on.
Perhaps
I think
the other secrets.
Bane looks over at Eodin when that whole sun is not trustworthy to count on thing.
You wouldn't happen to have a map or be able to describe the area so that we can get out of here, do you?
No,
Are there any landmarks nearby that...
well, and he kind of points. There is the lake, and you see a small lake down in the woods, quite a bit away.
You know, lakes are fed by fountains.
No, lakes are fed by rivers.
Well, rivers are fed by fountains.
Rivers are fed by glaciers.
What's that to?
This is basic geography. Don't tell me glaciers are fed by mountains.
I do know that there are supposedly rail secrets as well. What purpose they serve, I do not know, but
What kind of secrets?
like derailing secrets.
Railing secrets.
Misleading.
I got you. This is like the crimson fish, yes?
The what?
The crimson fish, you know, the fake trail.
He's making a red herring
I
joke.
think he means red herring. I thought I was the one with problems of euphemisms. He's such Yankee.
Be quiet, dragon boner.
He's the one wanting the dragon bones for the boner. I'm just wanting the gold. I don't need any help. If little dwarf man needs help,
Yes, I'm
Speaking of boners,
I'm Timmel, by the way.
Forgive our lack of manners.
yes, forgive their lack of manners. I am Bane. Droider Bane.
I am Eldon Einar, and this is our employer, Bernard.
he bows low.
Very nice to finally meet someone. It's been a while.
Yes, I believe you mentioned you had been here for many decades.
Yes. was unfortunate.
Probably ran out of spices a long time ago. These elbows Bernard again.
He doesn't have any money. He lives in a hut.
Wait, have you never heard of barter trade? Where is your entrepreneurship?
What does he hey or what? I don't want this pot. That is the only pot he has.
Maybe he has special food. Feed it to elk. Big.
He already said he doesn't feed the moose.
Maybe he forgot.
I do not have any spices. No, it's been a long time since I had something to flavor my fish with.
Well, then perhaps we could... Perhaps we could come to some accord.
Are you a merchant, you say?
By trade, yes.
Only of finest wares.
Oh, well, since we are helping out one another, perhaps I can relieve you of some of your spices.
But of course, for an appropriate trade.
Well, I did tell you a lot of useful information.
Most of which we already had, I'm afraid.
Well, I can give you a trail.
Now, a trail would be interesting.
Tell me more, Timo. Tell me more.
Well, I actually found out that you can traverse the terrain by a few simple methods, so that you get where you want to get.
Ow.
I think that is maple syrup worthy. What about it?
But this doesn't lead out.
No.
Where does the trail lead to?
I have one for the lake that I fish from, and one from some dwarven tomb, I believe. I never set foot in there.
Oh yes, bad mojo to set foot in Dwarven Tomb. Yes.
Can we actually see the lake from here?
You can see it,
But getting to it is
but
another.
you're on top of a height.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the lake is the only other landmark in the area.
Yeah. Oh, yes, sure. We have been to this tomb, but pathway to the lake, I say this is worth maybe a fistful of something.
Oh, was it there you found the shield?
Yes.
Oh. I hope you didn't do anything unspeakable.
No, of course not. We touched very little.
What? Oh, yes, touch nothing. You didn't touch anything. Wanders over by the wagon.
We didn't take anything from the dead. That would be dishonorable.
I believe you. So, what spices do you have? Kind of rubs his hands.
Do you want an actual list, or just let him rummage through the wagon?
Oh, and this was such a long time. I like the smell of that.
Might I recommend the saffron?
The what?
The saffron.
Oh, yes.
I can personally speak that the maple syrup is top-notch quality. We have no more honey right now. It's gone. But there is maple.
And he takes a bit of this and that.
Even a bit of meat in there.
Ooh.
Pepper, salt, allspice. Put that on pretty much anything.
You are prepared indeed. Prepared for the worst, I see.
Well, we certainly weren't prepared for a trek in the woods. Do you know anything about a druid?
What?
Old man with the big stick. He spirited us in here, I think.
I have not seen anyone like that, no.
How did you get here, Temel?
Me? Oh, well, I came down from the Troll Mountains, you see, to the west. I came to this forest to hunt small game, and just like a curse, I got stuck here.
What year was it when you got coming down from the Troll Mountains?
Must have been 506, I believe.
And what year do we have now?
This would be 556.
Really has been here for 50 years.
So, you come from Trollbergen?
Well, not from the area, yes.
That is my home.
Oh. It's mine too. Just haven't been there for a while.
Well, hopefully we can find our way and get you out of here too.
I would very much like that. It does get tiresome doing the same thing day in, day out. But I
Can imagine.
guess I am fortunate. In a way.
Well, yeah, you could be stuck in a cave like that one troll with all the copper around him and the dragon bones.
Dragon bones? A troll? You sure I have-
Yes.
Wow. You sure have seen some strange things.
Yeah, well, we get around, you know.
Could point him in the direction of the troll.
Why would he want to go to the troll?
I don't know, maybe he wants someone to talk to.
You know, neighbors, he stands on the outside of the cave, troll stays on the inside of the cave.
Troll is just as likely to eat him as talk to him.
He could
Well,
try.
troll didn't want to come out of the cave.
Well, I better not take my chances. Besides, I wouldn't want to get lost and not find my way back here.
No, this is true. It is evasive woodscape. One wrong turn and you are there, still knows where.
Well, I have gathered what I find is a suitable trade for my trail. And he has a bunch of different wares on your wagon.
I'm not worried. There's no way in hell he could take most of, like, anything that's in that wagon.
No. So, uh, let me show you. Let me show you. So you take a spruce twig. See?
Like this one here?
Yeah, like that. You hold it, and you think of the lake. You imagine it. And then you just walk. And after some time, you reach my lake.
Is this the same for the tomb?
No, that's a different trail. I actually found that one out. Different story. You can actually reach my hut from the lake by thinking of my hut and hold the twig.
Interesting.
That should be
Does-
simple enough for you to remember, I hope.
So, do all the trails have to hold certain things and think of things?
Tried a pine cone once, didn't do much.
Is interesting.
And Eowyn doles out stew to everybody.
Oh. Now this is something I haven't tasted for, well, about 50 years, I believe.
You are deprived.
I live of the sea. Well, if you want to have my second trail, I'll gladly trade it for you. Perhaps it comes in use anyways.
I have a feeling we will be back.
I
If
hope.
I need it, then I can trade for you later.
Oh, I sure hope you come back.
Well, we are supposed to come and get you if we get our out.
Yes, do not forget me, please.
Oh, I don't think we'll forget you, Temo, or whatever his name was. We won't forget you.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Timmel, and hopefully we find a way out.
Yes, for all of our sakes.
If not, I guess we can all become neighbors.
And he smiles. Yes, I guess. Yes.
You gotta work on your social studies.
Hey, charisma of 8. I'm sorry, was that too fatalistic for you?
Mine's only 12. Not that much better.
And you're supposed to be the face. What the hell?
Traits, bro, traits. That's how I got that diplomacy of 11.
I am not a very charming merchant, but I am a crafty, tricky bastard. Okay, so I hold the twig and I think of the lake.
All right.
I have to think of the lake the entire time we were walking?
At least most of the time. Try not to wander in thought.
Good advice.
Yes, don't think about the Fountain of Youth. Don't think about the Fountain of Youth at all.
There's only one of us thinking of that.
Yeah, he says, kind of pocketing a spruce twig just because.
Well, Timmel, thank you for the trade and sharing your fire.
We will be back, one way or another.
Yes, you are very welcome to come back.
One way or another, we will find you. We will get you. We'll get you.
we'll get you.
We'll get you.
I'm leaving that sentence open-ended just in case you turn out to be a bad guy.
Alright, so I hold my stick. Oh, wait, I hold the twig and I think about the lake.
Right.
Yeah.
And you wander into the forest. And only after a short while you come out of the woods, and like a glittering sword, the sun rays strike down into the woods and let its blade draw silver streaks in the small rapids and waterfall at its narrowest part. The rushing sound makes it feel predetermined. With this repetitive pulsing and uncompromising assertiveness, rushing the crystal clear water in haste and hurry. Their whirlpools subside, and the chilly water assumed a dignified calm. A small stream winds. And it is a small forest lake. And you can all roll a perception.
Are you reading this off like a
It's a description.
text or...
Yeah.
Okay. So I was like, damn, Alex is dropping some fucking poetry bombs.
22.
It can be a bit harsh since you directly translated from Swedish, so the poetry might lose its charm, but
Modified.
Total of 15 for me.
so as you walk towards the water, you see something glimmering. There is something in the shallow water.
It's a moose.
Run, it's gonna kill us all.
It looks like a small loop. A ring, perhaps?
Precious.
Are there any halflings about?
No, you do not see any halflings.
Alright, it's safe. Go get it.
What? Me?
How deep into the water is it?
It looks very shallow.
I'll reach in and grab it.
So as you come
I hold on to
closer,
his belt loop just in case.
as you come closer and reach for it, you see that the ring is further down, deeper, on the bottom of the lake.
Out of reach, huh?
And
Whoever can hold their breath the longest.
you see that you probably have to dive in order to reach it.
Better question. Who here can swim?
Ooh, this feels like Tricky Lake. Feels like Tricky Lake, guys. Not sure this is a good idea.
I've got a nominal swim.
Technically, Bane has a
anyone
plus
with a higher.
5.
Yeah, he's better at swimming than I am.
I've got a -2.
Technically, untransformed Bane has a plus 5. So.
So it looks like you're getting a third bath this week.
I use a fish hook and some fishing line, and I try and hook it out.
And you throw down the fishing hook, and it just sinks down, down, and it looks like it's almost about to reach the ring, but it's just not long enough.
I've got 100 feet of fishing line. It's not reaching it.
Bane points and says, "Look, see, Trixie Lake. Not going to play with Trixie Lake. I've had 2 baths already this week."
Well, it was worth a shot. You were almost starting to smell like a person.
Just saying, Trixie Lakes are not good things to go playing and diving in. I don't think Timmel survived by going in the lake.
Well, he only also found things that we already knew about in 50. Clearly, fortune favors the bold here.
100 feet of bold just went down with the hook.
Yeah, 12. Is there any tracks in the soft mud or anything like that?
Not apart from your own, no.
Are you sure you won't get wet?
I mean, unless I could convince a fish to get it for us.
My faith in you talking to fish is pretty limited.
Yeah, suit yourself. I'm gonna
Do
go.
we really want the ring? Is there any reason we need it?
It's there.
We want it. We want it, precious.
I want some precious. That's ours.
So this isn't a very big lake. It's easy to walk around.
Yeah.
I'll walk around it and check and see if there's anything around the lake. Check the waterfall too.
I mean, you see that there is quite a lot of fish in the lake. Apart from that, it's a very nice, fresh lake.
Fine. Start tying rope around my waist.
All right.
Well,
Is
Bane will see what you're doing, and he's like, no, if one has to go in, I will do, but it's Trixie Lake.
Yes, and it's probably trick you easily. I've got it.
Well, I can do.
Give me any rope you have. Let's tie it together.
Okay. I have 50 foot of silk.
Ho, ho, ho. You fancy on me, are you?
Well, you know, Asta said that the old rope chafed. I mean, you know.
Well, I won't lie, because I got 100 feet of silk rope. No comments.
Why do you need so
Yeah.
much silk rope?
Because hemp rope chafes, and it's heavy.
That's what Asta said. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so we got 150 feet of silk rope.
Mm-hmm.
I take off my boots, and obviously the chainmail isn't going to help me.
Probably not. Well, it'll help you get down, but not to get up.
Yeah.
I figured that's what Bane's for.
Actually, wait, will it harm me? I can't remember. Oh, it won't affect me because it's mithril. Never mind. I wear it. There's no penalty.
All right.
Bane makes sure he has a good grip on that rope.
That smooth silk rope.
That's right. Yes.
All right.
Bane says, "Stop saying tighter. It is not working for me."
Alright. What's my
Stop telling me to go slower. You're making me uncomfortable.
Well, if you see me start to struggle, or if I've been down there for more than a minute and a half, pull me up.
A minute and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Problem.
It's all right. We're ready to throw you in the water.
Okay. I'm going swimming, swimming, swimming in the sea. Swimming, swimming after jewelry.
Well, Bane will be like, "Do you need help? Kickstart going down." He says, picking you up, getting ready to throw you.
No, you. Ah!
Should I bubble him first?
Sploosh.
All right. I guess we're not going to bubble him.
We're gonna what?
Never mind.
All right. So you dive.
Take a couple deep breaths. Take one last big one and start swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep
So-
swimming.
The two of you standing with the rope can make a perception check.
Ooh, I get
Nice.
a nat 20 for a 28.
I got 15.
Look, there's a big fish coming after him, chomp.
What's that huge shadow down
We're
there?
gonna eat good tonight.
The shadow.
The shadow.
Why am I taking all the risks? What the fuck?
You're the
Because
rogue.
One
I have
word.
26 hit
One
points.
word.
Rogue.
Rogue.
Rogues are smarter than this. What the f...
Yes, but see,
Next
my
time I'm
barbarian, my barbarian's dump stand is charisma, not intelligence or wisdom.
What did you get for Bernard?
15.
15. All right.
My dump stat was Constitution.
Oh.
Woohoo!
Because you get that nat 2 bonus anyways.
Yeah.
All right. As he dives, you notice something, Bane. There's something on the other side of the lake that just started moving. And you see that there's a small creature, two small creatures, maybe more.
5 small creatures.
They are,
10.
they are very small. It's probably why you didn't see them. And they were sitting very still, but as soon as someone dove into the lake, some of them started shuffling a bit. So you see that there are very small creatures that look something like this.
Piranha people. Go flee! Tiny, tiny truck. I can't even zoom enough on that. What the hell?
Yeah.
They're tiny.
It's a tiny creature.
What is that?
You'll have to squint your eyes.
Can I make a nature roll to know what this is? Nature or survival or something like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Well, I probably won't know what it is. 3 plus 4 is 7, so I don't know what that is.
Could be a
But I
mole.
do point it out to. It could be a mole.
Could be.
Bernard, I elbow Bernard, and I'm like, that's a water mole or something? I saw it moving in the water.
What? What do you? Oh, what the hell is that? I don't have knowledge nature. Unless knowledge planes or arcana would do it.
Wait. A cleric of a rat steel doesn't have knowledge nature.
Not trained enough.
Oh.
I keep telling you, I should have been a cleric of Abadar. It was an oversight.
I don't have knowledge nature, and I'm a scout.
But you are under the surface.
Yep. Trolls! Trolls in the dungeon! Oh, wait.
And as
Water
you dive
trolls.
deeper and deeper, you quickly
When I see
that-
those things, I want to go ahead and transform, so that if I have to pull, that pull is going to be like whoosh.
All
Do I
right.
need
type
to
of
hold
pull.
the rope while you
Team
transform?
Rocket blasting off again!
Yeah, like that. So, I am transformed at the moment.
And Bernard thought you smelled bad as a human.
Well, now he's pretty much the same smell. He just drools even more.
He just looks at you and says, "What?"
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
And the elk kind of shoots you a glance. Like,
I didn't say it. I just thought it.
What? You've seen me like this before.
Okay, I'm gonna give him the rope back. You hold this.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let go of the rope. And I'm gonna
all right.
put my bow together.
Okay.
String my bow.
Got a good grip on that rope now.
And as you are diving deeper and deeper, the lake becomes darker and darker. And you suddenly hear that the water has become silent. You can see the reeds underneath the surface, and everything has a dark brown color. Even the water. And you are just about to reach out and grab the ring, and something big darts in front of your eyes, which makes you reel back. The shadow makes a quick turn, and then it stops just a couple of feet away from you. And you see that it is an old pike with illuminatedly slimy eyes. And you can make a perception check.
Oh, yay. 22.
And now you realize that there was not rocks at the bottom of the lake. There are bones that are popping up here and there. And inside your head, you hear a voice Why are you? Who are you that dives in my lake after my ring?
I am searching for clues on how to leave the forest.
Give
He
me,
reflects that it's kind of strange talking in his head.
indeed, give me your soul, and you shall get both the ring and the soul back. But beside, I'll give you the answer to the secret you seek.
So he wants you to give him your soul, and then he'll give you your soul back, and the ring,
And the secret.
and the secret. That's so. Speaking as a merchant, and now this is out of character. But speaking as a merchant, that's a
That's too
bad
good to
deal.
be true.
That's a bad deal for him. So I think he's full of shit. In my professional opinion is that he's full of shit.
What would you do with my soul?
Fucking keep it.
With your soul, I do as I please, as you
And who,
will with the soul I give you.
whose soul would you be giving?
There's silence for a bit. I'll give you a worthy soul.
Worthy of what?
Do it. You're a rogue. You have a gambling addiction. That's how that works, right?
I am gonna roll a sense motive on this guy. What's his game? I got a 20. I think. Let me check sense motive here. Oh, no, I got a 23. Haha, that's even better.
He's staring into the slimy eyes of the pike. It's quite hard to read. It's not a human expression or anything that he gives out. Only this strange voice. And you're not quite sure what his game would be. But you do feel that you are in a very intense and intimidating situation.
Why would you give me the secret, the ring, and another soul for just one soul? That sounds like a bad deal for you.
Perhaps, but it's not for you to judge.
It is for me to judge. It is my soul.
Bane looks over at Bernard. How long has he been down there?
So I'm gonna activate my torque,
Alright.
which shouldn't be much of a giveaway or anything. It's just it's an invisible shield, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're being honest with me.
Why would I lie?
Because you want something.
We all want something.
No deal, fish.
$85, 1,000, $86, 1,000, $87, 1,000.
Are you counting coppers?
No, with this 90 seconds, it's a minute and a half.
Yeah, Bane's starting to get his the rope nice and taut.
Well, if that is your wish, you may regret it.
I may, but I think losing my soul for some unknown soul would make me regret more.
Oh,
Fine then. Leave. Leave my lake. And don't come back.
How close am I to the ring?
You can just reach out and grab it.
are we doing this? Is this what's happening? Gentlemen bastards are we, smarter and richer than everyone else.
I'm gonna kick up some mud with my foot to create a cloud, and then I'm gonna try and do a sleight of hand check to grab the ring.
Alright.
I'm not nearly as good at sleight of hand as I am other things.
Alright, Bane, I think it is almost
Oh, I got
time.
an 18. So whatever his perception is, I guess.
Yeah, you kick
I
up
don't
the
know.
mud
Actually,
and you reach out, and when you think that you would grab a hold of it, you see that it's just a little bit further down the lake. Bottom of the lake. Just a little bit further.
And
I'm
then
trying-
and then that pull starts to come.
I try and dart down a hand more to grab it.
And it's just a little bit further now.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna keep doing
And
that.
you
So
see the fish.
Yeah.
You imagine that it is smiling at you.
I smile back and give him a cheeky wave as I feel the pulls start to happen.
Yeah. That pull goes. Because he's using all of his strength at the moment. Because he's not enraged. But he is that's wild beast. Okay, 20 is the strength.
Yeah.
So it's still a straight +5 to a strength check.
So you just give it all you got. And
Why
that
is it
silk rope.
smooth?
That silk rope sure is smooth.
Yeah.
Silk rope will not break.
Especially if it's wet.
Uh-huh.
Will not break. Will not break. It broke.
And
You said
within
silk rope
moments,
was
you
really
that
strong.
are pulled up from the lake.
Did you get it?
Bane just holds you up kind of like this while you're doing it. You're right up against his snout. Well, did you get it? Right?
No, I did not get it. Did you see the
Well,
pike?
you were down there long enough.
No, you were way down there. Do we have to put you back in?
We'll put him back in.
No, I think if I go back in, I might have to deal with the big pike.
Fish? Why didn't you grab it? We could eat it.
Because it was huge. I think all the animals in this wood are huge.
Well, if we eat them, will we become big?
Yeah, big around the middle.
Kind of drops you on the ground.
The ring kept descending every time I reached for it. And the fish was trying to get me to give it my soul for another soul.
I'm not sure that sounds like a good trade.
Yeah, well, on top of that, he was going to tell us another secret and give us the ring.
Oh, that's a bad deal. I mean, to make your soul worth its soul and ring and other thing, it would have to be like really shitty soul.
Worse than one you already have.
And like that's bad. That
Who'll
is the
use
ring's
secret,
first.
though?
There must be something else around here we can use.
Bane lets himself has to go over by the wagon for a little bit to kind of, chill down.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, it would be good if we could get that secret, though. No. Unless it's a fake secret.
I have a feeling that anybody that wanted my soul for a secret is probably not leading us the right way. So I guess do a more in-depth search around here to see if there's anything around that we can use.
Alright, you can make a perception.
Give those tiny trolls a wide berth.
What tiny trolls?
They're tiny, they're like little things. They were sitting.
Water
Then you went-
gophers.
Yes.
Oh, water gophers.
You went in the water and then the gophers, they start moving.
23 for perception.
Well, as they're talking about the water gophers, you see that there are very, very, very small humanoids hiding around the lake.
Well, go talk to one, see if it knows anything.
Hey, little gophers!
And as you are shouting out that, the bushes starts to shake, and you see that a large group of these small creatures are scuttling into the forest, running away from the lake.
Where are they running away?
Away from us or away from the lake?
Well, away from you.
Oh, look at that. You scared them.
Good, they
It
should
is
be
your mean
scared.
face.
Of course, they're trolls.
Well, we need to know secrets. Like,
Are there,
how
are
to
there
get
any
out,
near?
where
Are
fountain
there any
of
near us?
youth.
No, not very near you.
We could always try and follow the river that's feeding the lake.
If any of you can speak normal, I trade you some drink and a bit of food for information.
and they do not respond. Just keep on running.
Trolls. So I guess follow the stream.
Yet, I think this is
I
only.
I feel like this is a missed opportunity here for something, but I'll be damned if I can figure out what the hell it is.
You get a brand new soul.
A new fish soul of fish souls.
Could be the man that was fish.
I used to go by Aodin, but now they call me Gulpin. Garp, 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 garp.
We would have to teach you how to use a fork again.
Garp, 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 garp. Garp, garp, garp.
We'd reel him up and we'd be like, "What is this? Now all he does is flop around and splash."
So when I reach level 10, do I turn into a Gyarados?
Maybe.
It's level
Yeah,
20.
that'd be awesome. Do you know, I've only leveled
Yeah,
up
but
a Magikarp
We'd
to
have to.
a level high enough to make a Gyarados once. Do you know how long
It's not
that
that
takes?
hard with It's not so hard with experience share, but
It's damn hard.
when it first came out, I did it with yellow. I did it with yellow for the
I
first
did it
time.
once and
Not
I'm
sure
like,
what he was
yeah,
going to be.
Gyarados really isn't worth messing around with this crap.
Yeah, I prefer Tentacruel.
Why?
Because he's got hit points and special defense out his butthole.
Tentacles.
It's got-
You know, because Kane's into that. It's-
So, you want to follow the stream, the small stream that leads away.
Yeah, check out the waterfall too. Because, you know, fantasy tropes have
Yeah.
shit behind waterfalls all the time.
There is no cave behind the waterfall.
It doesn't have to be a cave. It could just be a secret.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe
a
there's an
golden crown.
Maybe there's an old man behind the waterfall that gives us a letter to the old lady and she gives us magic potions.
Mm. Well, he's not there today, at least.
Those
You're
magic
screwing up.
He puts
grant
his
us
little
immunity
sign.
to carp.
You're screwing up my Legend of Zelda reference. Come on now.
There's a little sign, "Gone fishing."
Or maybe it was the little old man with the white sword. I can't remember. Have your viewers comment on it in the subs if they want to.
Oh, yeah, I'll find them.
And you leave the lake. And you quickly find that the stream just kind of disappears.
It's a spring?
It went under a rock, and once you pass to the other side, it's gone. And
Yeah,
as
it's a
you look,
spring.
and as you look back, you don't recognize the way you came from.
Okay, now everybody, empty your minds. Empty your minds. Don't think of anything. Don't think of anything.
It's not hard for you.
Empty your minds. Hey, you let me handle. I get this back. I get us back.
I'm gonna
He
think
takes
of
out the. Huh?
I'm gonna think of Timmel's hut. I'm not letting you lead us on a wild goose chase to the Fountain of Youth.
Well, he gets out it's the one with the spruce that gets to direct. So he's like, he gets out the spruce and he's like, okay, I get this back.
Hey, look, is that something shiny over there?
Where?
Good. I'm distracting him while you're leading us back with the stick.
Okay.
So you wish to go back to the lake or back to Timmel's hut?
Might as well go back to Temple's hut.
Alright. Maybe an hour passes, then you recognize the area where the hut is, and eventually you see the hut.
Timel can be our.
This is not what I was thinking about. Who is doing sprucing?
Oh, I don't know. I thought this is what
very
led
good,
us.
very good job, Ben. You led us back to Timmel's hut. Very good.
Yes, that was a good job.
Not what I was thinking of.
He's just confused. Well, while we're here, we might as well ask Timmel about the ring and the fish.
And you see him, he comes out of his hut. Oh! Waves at you.
Hey,
Big wave.
we went to your lake.
Have you found what you need?
We found a great big pike.
Oh. Pike, you say?
Yes. Somehow I don't think he'd be good eating.
I'd caught one or two pikes, but not so many, actually.
Do you know anything about the ring in the bottom of the lake?
Oh, no. I tried to get it once. Just couldn't reach it. Just couldn't.
Do you know of any other places where we might go or might try to get to?
Well, I mean, I have my other trail that you were not interested in.
Yes, we don't need to go back to the Dwarven tomb yet, as that we know of.
Well, apart from that, I am quite content with what I have.
Hmm.
See, just throwing it out there, if you tried a different location that you might think is here, no, you could always come back to Tremel's hut if we get lost. Like maybe the Fountain of Youth? You know, just throwing that out there, just spitballing here.
Other. Tell me more about these ways you get through the woods. You know.
Oh, the trails?
Yes.
Well, see, I figure that this forest does not have ordinary trails. So either someone has made trails, like mine, and he wiggles the twig, or they are just there for some reason.
So theoretically, I could pick up this pine tree branch and go anywhere that I thought of.
I guess. Yeah.
See? Fountain of Youth, just a thought away.
But remember, maybe not all places are as serene and nice as my lake. might not be very nice. Come upon some, oh, I don't know, horrible place.
Yes, about your lake. What were those little water moles? The water gophers in there.
No, there's no gophers.
The little trolls.
No. I don't know about any trolls around here. I would fend them off if I was able to. Otherwise, I would just run. Or hide. Run and hide, probably.
Well, so why does everybody say that they're secrets, and how do they know that these secrets are what's needed to leave the wood?
Well, that is a very good question.
Because you're not the first one to have said this. The rumor must come from somewhere.
Can't quite remember, but as I've met people in the forest, that is the word around, I suppose.
There's other people in the forest?
Yes. Was a long time, though. Very long time. Maybe 40 years ago.
Were there a lot more people back then?
Well, no. I just happened to stumble upon some wanderers.
Who or what were they?
Well, they were wounded. Said they're fallen, hit themselves pretty badly. So I did the right thing and helped them, and then as we made camp, they must have left me, or I did not see them when the sun came up.
Very interesting, Timo. We thank you.
Oh, we help one another here.
So, I'd like to try the stick trick again, only this time
Alright.
I'd like to think about maybe the people that he talked to before, like other travelers that were wounded.
Alright.
I want to try that tactic.
We were gonna come back and he was gonna tell us, I haven't seen anyone for 40 years. There was a dwarf and a human and a pig man.
They had an elk with them, and a big wagon.
I'm not always a pig man.
But what I am.
We just
I'm not always a pig man,
40
but when I am, I am.
Suey.
Sui.
Alright, so you begin wandering out into the woods again.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to get darker, more quiet, and you just keep walking, pushing your wagon forward, and eventually, as the dark has settled over the forest, and a drizzle patters against the forest canopy, And just as you begin deciding whether to camp or not for the evening, to light a warm fire and fill your stomachs, something catches your eye. From from the gloom extends a ruined city. Its encasing and archaic buildings are shooting up from the distance. And what you will do with that is up to you.
Just sounds
Bane
like
smacks you on the arm. Bane smacks you on the arm and says, "Why you lead us to places that are creepy?"
You're not afraid of the dark, are you, Ben?
No, not the dark. It's what's in the dark.
Quit being such a little piglet.
Hey, this is little piglets. Piglets survive.
So I take it this is our cutoff for the night?
It
Seems
could
like a good
very
spot.
well be. Yeah.
Since I know it's 10 o'clock my time. And that means it's probably like 4 in the morning your time.
It is. Alright, so we'll see.
Kane's, it's 8 o'clock, and Adams, it's, what, 9 o'clock?
Sure enough.
Sure enough.
So next time we shall see
Carb.
what the ruins hold, or if they decide to turn back.